So we're going to see if we have gone live yet on the book, and it doesn't look like we have yet. Ed, are you checking it out?
Yeah, I don't see it.
It normally takes like a second through. Oh, here we
Oh,
are.
yes,
We're
we
here.
are.
We're on.
We are. We're
Made it.
on.
And good evening, everybody, from the quarantine capital of the world, Pittsburgh, day 33 of quarantine all around the world, from Wuhan to Pittsburgh. We're inside. And say hello to my partner, Ed Troop, right to my left.
Good evening.
Yo, Ed, how are you, man?
Is that your left or your right? It's probably your left, but it looks like.
If I point to my left, it goes to your ear. There you go.
But it's still.
Welcome, everybody. And Ed, it's great to see you. Again, another great day in quarantine for you. I don't know how you keep so perfect. I'm looking worse and worse, and man, your head looks shaved and looks perfect, and just look like you're ready to go.
I didn't even shave today. I took today off. I decided not to shave the head up or the beard or anything. You can't even tell, can you?
Hi, Susan. Hi, Ed. Hi, Krista. Hi, Dan. Hi, Sean. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Jen. Hi, Renee. Hi, Mike. Hi, JD. Happy Friday to everybody. Our big guest tonight is Star 100.7 Bubba. We're going to be talking to him. Looking forward to that. And Ed, you wore your rock shirt.
My favorite shirt, right? The Rock.
Yeah, but he's got the Rock.
What's that?
He's not the Rock.
Yeah, I know, but he's in the whole wrestling thing. I thought he'd appreciate me putting on. This is my, I own a lot of the Under Armour Rock stuff. I love it. It's like my favorite stuff right now. For the last year, I've been buying the heck out of it. Because I think I am the Rock, right? I have those big sunglasses. I got the bald head. I mean, you could see the resemblance, right?
Yeah, of course. And speaking of wrestling, would be remiss to not mention the death of Howard Finkel, the famed ring announcer. Hey, the winner of the match and new heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan. Doesn't sound it.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. Yeah,
he looked. I saw a picture of Howard. I think at last year's WrestleMania, in a wheelchair, and he had a gray beard like me, and had glasses. He looked just like me, but in a wheelchair.
So this is like a little bit of a resemblance to you.
But I'm alive.
A lot.
Are you like me? Every person you hear that dies now, do you think it's because of coronavirus? I saw
absolutely
Tommy Boy died, Patrick Dempsey. And I thought, oh my God, the Rona got Patrick Dempsey.
Yes, absolutely.
He did, but did Howard Finkel die of the coronavirus? Let's look into it to make sure we don't announce it wrong. Because if he did, he deserves at least to be noted that he's part of it.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. Every time I see something on there as well, with any type of celebrity death, I think, did the coronavirus get them? So here's our nightly appearance by Brendan.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Brendan? Hey, Ed, we have some Scott Stoner, your neighbors watching. Is there any update on Scott's grass? Have you looked out on it?
Hey, it's my wife just yelled in. She's right. Today is Scott's birthday, so happy birthday, Scott Stoner.
Happy birthday, Scott. Hi, Jason. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. Gang is all here tonight. So, we have a lot. We've had, if we can say, we've had success with the show and getting some nice guests. We've had, started with Rick Seaback, and now we have Bubba tonight, and a lot of great people in between. Today, I got my first no thank you. I sent a letter. I had big balls going. I thought, if I mentioned Bubba did this show and Sally Big I could get anybody. I'm sad to report that John Fetterman said he's not coming on.
Oh, he said no. Now, did he get back to you or one of his representatives?
No, one of his minions got back to me, and they were nice, and they said, oh, that sounds like a really nice opportunity for the lieutenant governor, but obviously he's so busy right now, he doesn't have time. And then I turn on CNN, and he's there. So I think we know where the pecking order is for Fetterman.
It's funny, though, because I think Fetterman's the type of guy, and I don't know him personally, but I think him and there's other people out there, too. I know we mentioned Shaq. I reached out to Shaq on Instagram, or you did, because I didn't have enough cahooties to do it. But I think those guys, if they personally connected with us and not one of their millions of people that do all the work for them, I think they would come on this show, man. I think they'd be into it.
Well, I do too. I think Fetterman would love this show, and I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to his wife. His wife and I are connected on Facebook. Maybe we'll see what she's up to.
There you go.
Maybe
Let's
not.
go for it.
I've wanted to, and I forgot it, but I think it seems like low budget. Like, Bubba, and he's ready to come on, so we'll get to him in 1 second as he's getting his camera ready. But like, I'm sure Bubba's got a lot of phone numbers in that phone of his. I should be like, hey, who could be our guest tomorrow night? Give me somebody's phone number.
Sure. He was pretty tight with Chris Fumatu Malafala, wasn't he? Wasn't that his buddy?
We talked to Jeff Reed. We talked to Chris Fu.
Can we get Fu on?
Yeah, I think we can do that. George says try and get Luke Ravenstall. LOL. Is Ravenstall still in hiding? Like, does he live in a cave? Like, he's in like a Bin Laden type compound after like he almost moved Pittsburgh. I don't think he's gonna come. That would.
Well, he disappeared quick, didn't he? Ravenstall did. And you haven't even seen like him walking down the street type of foul footage. The minute he left office, he was gone.
I'm somehow connected with him on Facebook, and it's just a public page. But occasionally he'll write like, "Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody," and the first 7 comments are trolls of Ravenstall, and they'll go, "We had a happy St. Patrick's Day before you destroyed our city."
Absolutely. Scott Stoner just sent me a text and said we should get Tyler Palco or Doran Dickerson. Now, of course, Scott's a Pitt guy, so those are good suggestions by him. But yeah, maybe I can use my wife's West Allegheny connection and try to get those guys on.
Well, yeah, that's true. Especially after West Allegheny took a big dump on the Palco family. I'm sure they'd love to do West Allegheny a favor and have it come on.
Let's get Bob Palco.
All right, hi Scott, hi Mike, hi RJ, hi Brian, hi Amber, hi Todd. All right, let's just get to our big guest tonight. You know him and love him from radio past 1,000 years in Pittsburgh. He's an entrepreneur. He was in my wedding. He's got a great family. Welcome, Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
Hey, welcome. Glad to be here, Brian. I'm so happy to be a part of the show tonight. It really makes me really excited to be here.
Hey, are those real glasses? They're enormous.
Thanks. I appreciate that. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, you know what? You've lost so much weight. I saw pictures of you on Facebook. Are those regular size glasses and your head is shrunk from weight loss, or are those?
So my glasses are extraordinarily big for the size of my ears.
No, they look great, man. And why are you wearing latex gloves? Are you nervous about the outbreak?
Well, just in case anybody needs probed anally.
Well, that would be Brian, not me.
What a service that you offer to anyone. And that's for anyone?
No, not anybody. I'm pretty picky.
Oh, yeah. Really? Just in case you have them on.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here. Look, there's my large giant son behind me.
Look at that guy. Now, it's funny. Eli, where's he going to school next year, Bob? Seton Hill?
Eli is going to Seton Hill. Let me get to a better lighting. Seton Hill University to play baseball for Coach Marizaldi. So he'll be there.
What a bummer, though, with everything.
Oh, Griffin. So I'm really excited that you're excited. I'm very excited that you invited me. I'm sorry that Lieutenant Governor Fetterman turned you down.
Yeah,
he's done my show every week. Not sure. Wait, can we compare lists of people on shows this week?
Yeah.
Can we please?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
get ready. So this week I had. Did you ever hear of Dan Smyers from Dan and Shay?
Yeah, I think we've heard of that
Dan.
guy.
Did you ever hear of Billy Gardell for Bob Hart's Abishola?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
On the show, Mount Lebanon's own Dea, who sings music and psalms.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Steve Fabian from Plum High School, who is on Inside Edition. I can get him on your show.
Okay, we'll take anybody.
We'll take it.
Kevin Frazier, the host of Entertainment Tonight.
Hey, okay, but did you have the janitor from the airport on?
No.
See?
Good day.
Good day.
No, but I have been watching this, and I'm a giant Rick Seaback fan. Yeah. Like, I love Rick Seaback. Rick Seaback, I think here's a great idea, and I'm going to give this to you, and I want you to run with this. During this coronavirus, right? What is the length of time that it takes to wash your hands?
30 seconds.
What is it?
I think it's supposed to be 30 seconds, but it's probably more like that.
It's actually 20 seconds, but good try. So, but or what can you do if you can't count to 20? You can sing. You can do what? The alphabets.
Sing happy birthday twice.
Could you imagine if you got a recording of Rick Seaback reciting happy birthday and let people download it to their phones? So that's how they time themselves out to wash their hands in Pittsburgh? That's a brilliant idea.
Hey, good day. Jack, why don't you do it? I'm recording right now.
No, because I'm not Rick Seaback. I pale in comparison to Rick Seaback. We had the best pizza in Pittsburgh competition every year on the radio, and Rick Seaback was one of our judges. And I'm like, literally, Rick Seaback could be the best guest on any show in the world every day.
He's just fun to
He's pretty good.
He's fun to listen to. He's got a great voice. He's just so friendly. He reminds me of you.
But Bubba, you're the biggest Pittsburgh radio celebrity, man. I mean, this is Facebook Live gold having you on tonight.
Okay, liars go to hell. Good day. So listen. So I heard you talking about Howard Finkel. Very sad day. By the way, a little trivia. Howard Finkel was the first employee ever for the World Wrestling Federation. After Vince McMahon Jr. bought the company from his dad, he was the first employee ever, and I saw him in his tighty-whities.
Well, you know what? We have a sad announcement. We were supposed to have Howard Finkel on the show tomorrow night.
Yeah. Sad night.
Now we have an opening.
Who's doing the Saturday night show?
Dave DiCello is going to be here.
Oh, photographer extraordinaire. Right? So I'm telling you. So let me ask you a question. Do you have a plan if the shutdown goes longer than 31 days?
No. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I do have a plan, and you'll appreciate this. For the most part, the reason that we've gotten people on the show is that people think I'm you.
No.
That is true. I name drop you, and most people think that Ed, when they get on, most people think Ed is Bubba.
Really?
Yeah, so when Sally was on, Sally thought Ed was you, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess. I mean, but the only thing that's the same about you and I, Brian, is we both need Just for Men.
I don't. You know what? Marcy bought me the brush in for my beard. Have you ever done that?
Dude, I do it all the time. I just forgot.
And you do like the Hollywood Hogan type stuff where like the NWO type.
Yeah.
No. Good day.
Hey, where are you, Bubba? I'm guessing your new taco place, right?
Yes. You asked me last week if I would do this, and I immediately said yes because I would never say no. Oh, hi, Patty. Brian's mom just said hello to me on whatever this thing is. You've got the hottest mom ever. Hi, Patty, hottest mom ever. And by the way, I'd like to say, Ed, while I appreciate your comment about me being the biggest star you've had on, but since I've been on, you've lost 5 viewers.
We're down to 24.
I know. So the longer I talk, the more people disappear.
Hey, Bubba, Sally Wiggins, we had like a solid 45 to 50.
I am no Sally Wiggins.
No, you're not Sally Wiggins nor Sally Wiggins.
Correct. So you got this. So is this 7 nights a week?
Every night of the week.
So me tonight, Dave DiCello tomorrow. Who's Sunday? Sunday to me would be a tough night to get a guest.
Yeah,
we're taking off.
We didn't do last Sunday for Easter. We'll probably not do this Sunday.
Why wouldn't you? Okay. I almost said something I shouldn't have said. I caught myself.
What?
By the way, I found a video, man. We got to figure this out. So I have a video, a DVD of a show that Giant Brian and I did called Bubba and the Giant Show. Yes. And I have the DVD, but I don't have the mechanism to play it.
Well, you don't.
Oh, dude, you got to give that to us, man. We got to see that.
I'll give it to you. Because it's not doing. Oh, by the way, Andrew, thank you. He had tacos last night at Lucha Street Tacos. He said they were fantastic. Look how nice Andrew is. See?
Okay.
AJ's my neighbor, lives across the street.
And it can't be surprising to you that I named my taco shop after professional wrestling, right?
I just didn't know Jewish people made tacos.
Listen. I almost did seriously, for our vegetarian taco. I'm opening one in Squirrel Hill. True story. I'm opening a Lucha Street Taco in Squirrel Hill, and I'm going to do a vegetarian taco, and it's going to be falafel.
Oh, I love it.
Have you ever heard of a falafel taco in your life, by the way? I got 31 viewers. I got 31 viewers. I am coming back. Now 31 viewers. Good day.
You're talking about how we're
Sally Wiggins don't beat you yet.
Viewers. Then you talk about falafel tacos, you're back.
Yeah, well, I really don't have much interesting to say. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm proud of something we did. Can I be serious for 10 seconds?
Yes.
So I'm very proud of something we did. Obviously, I'm on 100.7 Star, which is part of Entercom, and Entercom Pittsburgh put together a thing on Tuesday called Feed the Need. It was a radiothon, and it was News Radio 1020 KDK. It was 93.7 The Fan. It was Y108, and it was us. And we tried to raise money to buy meals for the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, and our goal was to get 100,000 meals by the end of the day. And people were so generous in their donations. By the end of the day, we had raised enough money to buy 1.5 million meals for people in need for the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. So I was pretty proud of that. So that'll be the last time I'm serious during the course of this conversation.
Pretty awesome.
That was great.
Good day.
And a great message. I was distracted. There's a man's nipple right by the left side of your head. Draw and go for a logo like that. By the way, the wrestler is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Make the decision to do half a nipple and not a full nipple.
I don't know. I think it was the graphic artist who created the logo on our behalf.
I do like the logo.
Thank you very much. So what's going new in Ed Troop's life? I want to know Ed. This time of year, you would be so busy doing high school baseball. I mean, I heard you do so much high school football. What are you doing with your downtime now that you're not doing all the play-by-play on the radio?
That's it, man. I know it's very disappointing. We were talking about that earlier this week. I know your son Eli would have been playing his senior year at South Fayette High School. Man, that is a bummer. That really is a bummer. Happy he's going on to Seton Hill, though. We'll be excited to see him play up there. But it sucks, man. It's tough, but I also have two sons that both play baseball now, and I coach both of them. They're 9 and 6, and especially my 9-year-old. He's right at the age right now where he's starting to really get going with it. So we're bored, man. We're just going out in the yard and trying to throw around every couple of days to try to keep busy. But
how about you, Brian? I see that you sponsor a team that wins every game that's ever been played.
Well, my daughter's team was a ringer for a long time, but now it all caught up. It's not coach pitch anymore, so there's some hand-eye coordination that kicked in, and now that's become a great.
Listen, hand-eye coordination for baseball is overrated.
Here, just swing.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Overrated.
Just swing.
Hey, Bubba, how's Eli doing, man? Missing out on his senior season? Is he holding up?
No, he's not. So it's very sad because he was named going into this year an Under Armour preseason All-American, which means he was one of the top 200 high school baseball players in America. And we went down to Arizona in January, where he competed against the best high school baseball players in America. And he was 5 for 7 hitting. I put a video online of him hitting a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, 350 feet with a wood bat off of one of the top 5 pitchers in America. So he had a lot of really unbelievably high expectations for the season. In the fall, he played for Fred Albert and his Allegheny Pirates, which is the premier fall travel baseball team in the entire East Coast. I mean, it was some of the literally he picks the best 25 baseball players, and my son was fortunate to be there. So it's very bittersweet. He's so excited that he's going to be playing at Seton Hill, which is a prestigious baseball university. Coach Maz does an amazing job, but to not be able to play your last year in high school baseball, and guess what? We just got brand new South Fayette high school uniforms, and he'll never have a chance to wear them.
You got a shirt, right?
What?
Steal a jersey.
No, we don't raise our children. I don't know what you're doing in the giant Brian house, but I can assure you that nobody's being taught to steal stuff.
Hey, what are you doing as far as the radio show? Are you broadcasting from your house, or are you
Bedroom.
What are you doing?
So I wake up in the morning, I go potty, I brush my teeth, I put on sleepy pants, I put on a t-shirt, and I move into a side room off of my bedroom, and I literally do my show from my bedroom.
Wow, who hits the buttons for the music?
So it's so hard to explain. So it's pretty cool technology. We use Zoom for all of the audio, and it's hard to explain. I don't know. All I know is that it works, and I know what buttons to push at the right time. But if you had me draw an electrical diagram, I would fail. Like literally, if everything doesn't go perfectly every morning, I'm panicking and calling an engineer.
But dude, you're seeing a lot of people. Are you worried that you're a carrier? I mean, you're at the restaurant now, then your other restaurants. Then do you ever go into the station, or that's like completely shut down?
So the answer is I haven't been going to a lot of places. So I've literally been staying home. The taco place we opened up, and we don't let anybody physically in the building. So I'm not interacting with anybody here. That like it's all curbside. They order online, they pay online, and we wear masks and gloves and just drop it at their cars. So we're really not interacting with people. But the answer is yes. I am worried about it because, but I'm super duper careful. I wash my hands. I wear gloves all the time. I would be wearing a mask right now if we weren't here sitting here talking.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. You're just trying to keep it safe.
Yeah, I mean, literally, everybody here is wearing a mask. So it's crazy. So what about you guys? Are you leaving the house at all?
I try to get out once a week. I'm not even the designated person. Marcy goes to the store and wears a mask because she feels like she had it in February. Marcy is a self-diagnosed corona survivor already. She thinks she had it, and she feels like she might be immune to it.
So I talked about this on the air with a doctor from the Allegheny Health Network. I was so sick in November, December, that literally I had 103 fever, a cough that lasted for a month. I couldn't breathe. My wife found me in the bed, basically incoherent, and it was the sickest I've ever been. And then everybody around me got the same exact kind of sick. And I know that they say there's zero chance that we could have had it then. But if you look at the diagnosis and what the people with COVID-19 are going through, then it's just really, really hard to believe that what I had wasn't it. So what I'm waiting for is that blood test that they can check and see if I had it. Because, I mean, whatever I had, it was darn close. It may not have been COVID-19, but it'd been like COVID 17.6.
Yeah, S Pro.
There's a lot of people that were sick the last few months that had very similar symptoms. So you're not alone. I know I was sick back in December and I got tested for strep. I didn't have strep and I had a bad fever.
No flu, no strep, and unbelievably, incredibly, like the worst 103 fever. And literally, and when I tell you, I felt, the only way I could explain it is I felt like somebody had taken, remember when you were a kid and you would take a balloon and put like plaster of Paris on the outside of the balloon and it would get hard and somehow you'd pop the balloon and stay. My inside of my lungs felt like that.
Marcy had a cough for 3 weeks, and every night I could hear her through the floors because she slept on the couch, and she would cough till she would throw up, then fall asleep, wake back up, cough, throw up, fall asleep, wake up. And I mean, it had to be something like
right. So, and I'm not trying to one-up your incredibly smoking hot wife, Marcy. I'm not trying to one-up her at all, but I'm just trying to show that my wife, Tracy, was sleeping on the couch just because she didn't want to get it. And I was so sick and so incoherent. I was coughing out of control. So I went downstairs and I was coughing so violently that I passed out on the floor, banged my head off of a chair and laid there, and she didn't even wake up.
Good God.
Okay? I know. So, Brian, you know my wife, right?
Yeah.
Would that surprise you at all?
No. I think that when the day comes that you die, when we come to your funeral, Tracy will say, he must have been dead for 4 days. I just didn't see him. And I would go, yeah, I guess that was. But no one would convict her. She wouldn't be convicted of it. She's like, that's just Tracy and Bubba.
Right. It would have no idea how that would work. Now,
Right.
So, hey, Ed, have you ever asked Giant Brian about his famous cake?
No, I don't think.
What cake are you talking about? The one that,
the cake that I took a picture of you in my backyard, 100% completely naked. That cake, and then we put it on a cake. So you came into my upper yard, you stripped down 100% naked with your thing swinging in the wind, and I was the one chosen to take the picture, and you put it on your cake.
My groomsman cake for the night before the wedding, and now you'll be happy to know that you've started a tradition throughout Marcy's family. Every wedding that they've had, because she has 3 other sisters, every groom has done a fully nude cake of themselves. Why not?
Why wouldn't they?
I agree. Why would they not? Because it was a crazy
It is unbelievable.
I must have missed that, man. I tell you what, I'm actually glad I missed that, but I don't remember it. But I'm happy if I did.
And Brian, if I bring up a sore subject, I apologize. But there was an older woman. Was it like your grandmother or Marcy's grandmother or somebody who was stunned, who loved the cake more than anybody else? Who was that?
That was Marcy's grandmother, but she made fun of it. She said that she was disappointed.
Yes, but so your wife-to-be's grandmother saw a picture of you 100% naked on a cake and loved it so much. So was like, I expected more.
She did expect more.
That's great, man.
And what about Michael Keaton's house when we visited that back in Carnegie?
Ed, Bubba and I have had so many ideas for television shows. That one,
I know. I remember hearing about
this is a good one. The idea was that Bubba and I showed up with you and I, right, a camera crew, and we would stop at a place in Pittsburgh that meant nothing. And we would make up a story of what went on there and try to convince the person. So we were in Carnegie, and I go up to this house is like a shack. It's a burned down shack. I knock on the front door, and she comes out, and she looks like Pittsburgh, right? She is Pittsburgh, right? Like an orange, like a blonde mullet. She's smoking a cigarette and has her house coat on.
No bra.
I know.
Right? Which, by the way, is what every woman during COVID-19 quarantine looks like today. Hair's not done, bras not being worn. They're in their house coats with their slippers.
And so I said to the lady, she goes, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Yes, I'm here to tell you that this is a famous location in Pittsburgh. Michael Keaton was born on this stoop." And I think she was like, "I don't give a shit."
By the way, the more I think about that idea, that might be the greatest idea that had never made it. Like, literally, we picked the most random places and tried to convince the person that lives there that something amazing happened at the place that they live.
They never believed it. And she told us off. Remember, she was going to call the police. You're calling the police if you don't get off my stoop.
What was the craziest thing you two ever did when you guys were on the show?
You can take a picture of it. The craziest thing ever, it was in the basement of my old house that we had some dude come film a show or something in the basement of my house. And Brian had an idea, and it was called "Don't Name Your Kid Urine."
Now that was a good idea. Hey, here's a funny one that you might remember, Bubba, but it was during the Olympics, and I don't know if I was interning or if I was working for the show or what it was, but the Olympics were happening that summer. And so we made a homemade torch, and I knocked on a woman's door in Roslyn Farm. I was in a track outfit. I knocked on her door, and she opened, and I said, I'm from the United States Olympic Committee, the path to run the Olympic torch goes through your house. Can I run through your living room and out the back door just quickly? Because if I don't, it's like going to ruin the Olympics. That was the idea. And the lady went crazy, screaming. And the bad news on it was the owner, she rented the house. The lady said, "Get out of here. I'm calling the police. You're scaring me." And I tried my best. The woman rented that house from the chief of police of Robinson.
Remember that?
He came after me, and I was on the lam. I hid at the airport Marriott lobby for 5 hours to make sure it was out. Fast forward to about 5 years ago, I have a real estate closing, and I'm sitting at this table. In comes that chief of police because he's the dad of the person buying a house from me, and sits down next to me, and everyone's at the table, and he looks at me, and I go, "Oh, hey, Officer Vittmeyer, great to see you." He goes, "Yeah, I haven't seen you. When was the last time I saw you?" And I go, "When you were going to have me arrested for breaking into one of your tenants' houses."
And did you say that to him?
Yeah, everyone at the table went like this.
And that's when you were like, "Good day."
Good day, officer. Hey, real quick, I found the picture that you're talking about. Can you see it?
Oh, man.
I can't, but
Is it too blurry?
oh, there it is. There's a picture of the giant Brian naked cake.
I don't remember.
Memories of beautiful and
maybe I permanently,
Ed, you probably had that removed from your memory for a very good reason.
Yeah. I never want to see that again.
So, Brian, I got to ask you, what are you drinking?
Well, I just finished Coca-Cola Classic.
No Captain Morgan in there?
Well, no, it's funny. When I here's the tradition, and Ed knows, last week I got into trouble because I started drinking during the show on Saturday night. And then I had accused a local place okay. I drank too much during that show. So tonight, I was going to put some Captain in, but I've made a new policy: no more drinking on the show with Ed.
I'm tuning out.
We end up deleting, I think, that show. I don't think you can find that show
I got
online.
rid of it. I got worried real fast. Hey,
really?
What's on tap for the taco place tonight? Can we see a taco?
Yeah, they want to see a taco. Here, let's. They want to see. They're making tacos right now. Okay. Let's take a look at. Let's take a.
Hey, Bubba, your place is like 10 minutes from my house, man. I got to come out and get.
Dude, I can promise you that, and I'm not just saying this. I'm not just saying this, but our tacos, like I always jokingly say, there's 3 things I'm good at. Or there's 2 things I'm good at, and one of them's not radio.
What are they?
I'm a good baseball coach. I can teach kids how to pitch. Okay, I got one good thing. So right now right now you can join the assembly line of the tacos. Right here, the tacos are being assembled right there. Look at that.
Look at those.
Bad lighting. Look at that. Beautiful.
Give us a rundown of what's going on with what's on there right now. You got the shell.
So you can choose you could go with a flour or corn tortilla, and you can choose there's recipes. So we've got flank steak, sous vide pork. We've got ground meat. We've got chicken thighs. And if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can get vegan chorizo. Yeah,
you didn't say Wuhan pork, did you?
Yes. No. No, I said sous vide. Sous vide.
Oh, sous vide. Sous vide pork.
Yes, and then you can get bowls.
And you're only 8 minutes. You can get down there. What time are you open till tonight, Bubba? Can Ed get there?
8 o'clock. What time is it now?
7:43.
7:43.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, join me tomorrow. Ready? Join me tomorrow from 4 to 8. And if you say you heard it right here, right now, I'll charge you double.
Oh, there you go.
Not a how about a hometown discount, man?
Good day.
Hey, Jack, because I haven't left the house and I only see what people are screaming about on Facebook, and my kids are screaming about school and they love it and everything. When you talk to people during your show, what's are people scared? Are they looking for any kind of outlet? Are they nervous?
So at the beginning they just were more nervous. I think people have settled into like whatever this new normal for now is. And I think right now they're looking for distractions, right? They've watched the Tiger King, they've done 8 million TikToks and pulled their hamstrings and probably shouldn't have done those TikToks. So now they're looking for distractions and they're trying to find things that provide normalcy. So while you may not think that what you're doing here is important, I'm telling you it is. So for this 1 hour that people might be on Facebook watching this or might be on Be Live watching this, it's a distraction. Us three just sitting here chatting allows people to reconnect. Eli just likes making a lot of noise. He's a big kid. Eli doesn't do anything gentle. There's nothing gentle about it. So, but my point is they're trying to find ways to stay connected. I did a broadcast today where we did it, like we called it a Bubba Show breakfast, where we invited up to 100 people to just zoom into my show kind of as a live studio audience. And it was one of the coolest experiences in my radio career. We had at any given time, we had 50 to 60 people that were zoomed into the show. It was and they were part of a live studio audience on the radio. So the feeling is everybody kind of knows what they got to do, and nobody's arguing it or trying to figure it out. So they're just looking for ways to either distract themselves or feel normal during these abnormal times. So what you're doing, and I'm being serious, is amazing. So for the 20, 40, 80, 100 people that watch this, it literally allows them to connect with people, because if you're anything like me, if I see my family one more time, if they ask me one more question, I'm going to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know.
I can't look at my family anymore. I've gotten enough memories to last me a lifetime. Hey, Jen wants to know, Bubba, I'm trying to get tacos tomorrow. What's the deal?
If you say you heard, what does this say? 31 days. What's it called?
31 days.
Yeah. So if you say you heard this on 31 days with Brian and Ed, I like it better. It's going to be 31 days with Ed and Brian. Then you say I 31 days with Ed and Brian. Buy 3 tacos, get 1 free.
Oh man. 4 tacos for the price of 3.
And
but if you say, but listen, I can be very clear about this. If you say, hey, I saw you on that thing last night, doesn't count. No. Hey, I was watching Facebook and that was great, doesn't count. You got to say 31 days with Ed and Brian, and then buy 3 tacos, get 1 free.
Wow. All right. She'll be there. She said, nice. Talk to you later. I guess that's TYYY. Talk.
Eli, what does TYYY stand for?
Thank you.
TYYY. It means that they're very thankful.
Oh, I'm very thankful.
Thank you. Explanation point. I think. Yeah. We're getting old, man.
We had Bill Powerhouse Hughes on 2 nights ago. Have you wrestled Bill Powerhouse Hughes?
I have many times.
Okay. How's he? Is he work stiff?
No. He's a real big dude. He didn't work stiff at all. I love it. I love it. That's the one thing I miss more than anything else.
Bill Powerhouse is you?
No, wrestling.
Bill's a good buddy of mine, and we were talking a little bit about wrestling. He said he hasn't wrestled. He retired in 2016. Are you still wrestling, Bubba, every once in a while?
Up until this coronavirus ordeal, I was wrestling 2 to 3 times a month.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was the KSWA Golden Triangle champion. At one point, I was the KSWA 5-star champion. I was the KSWA tag team champion with Dennis Gregory, and we're back together. We're going back after the tag team gold. We are Team Collateral Damage. Get in our way, and you might get hurt.
Maybe Bill Hughes needs to come back and get rid of Collateral Damage.
What's that?
Maybe Powerhouse Hughes needs to return to the ring to take on collateral damage. We can set it up here.
No, I mean that's fine as long as he knows he'll be hurt.
Right. And what are you going to do when Corona is over? Are you a nervous person about getting sick and spreading it? And you're a celebrity in your own right.
I think safety is the key. I do. I think that in my opinion, why when there's people's lives at stake, can you ever be too cautious?
I agree.
I mean, can you ever? So my point is I'm not rushing into anything. I mean, I saw a statistic. It was I think it was like 80% of Americans said they would not feel comfortable going to a sporting event with thousands of people. Would you? So if August 18th, there was a football game going on at Heinz Field with 45,000 people, do you think you feel comfortable going? Now, the good news is eventually this will just be a blip in time because there's going to be a vaccine. And before there's a vaccine, there's going to be a pill that you'll be able to take. What is it, Tamiflu or Theraflu or don't get the flu, the thing you take right away and your flu goes away?
There will be PTSD. There will be people who are neurotic before this, and this has taken them to 1,000,001, and they'll never return to normal again.
So it's funny. I'm going to tell you something you didn't think of, that maybe you didn't think about because I didn't think about it.
All right.
So we have a psychologist on our show, Dr. Michael Schneider from New Directions Counseling Services. And so this is a major deal for people that battle depression. But there are some people that have so people that are isolated that are struggling. But there's other people that are doing amazingly well during this time because the world has slowed down to match their tempo. You can do it. Listen, the guy's trying to not make a lot of noise over here. So the thing with this, there is a group of people that they battle some sort of mental diseases and depression because the world's just moving too fast. And finally, and not for the right reasons, but the world's kind of slowed down, and it's been a struggle. I mean, it's been good for them. But I would say the majority of people, isolation is not easy for anybody. I know I wake up at 3:45 in the morning. I go nonstop morning, noon, and night. So it's very difficult for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This has not been fun. My wife Tracy said she's practiced her entire life for this moment.
Hey, Bubba, you are a busy guy, man. What time do you go to bed at night if you're getting up at 3:45?
Well, I'm not going to get. I would go to bed on average 10:30, 11.
Okay,
so not too bad.
That's not too bad. If I had to go to 3:45, I'd be in bed right now.
What time is it?
It's 7:51, almost 8 o'clock.
Is it really? Wow. You go to bed now? That means, Ed, I hate to say it, Ed, it means one thing. It means you're old.
I guess. Music. Honest, after all these years of all the pop music, you ever put on? You have a great show and you're talking to Melanie, and then all of a sudden you play Justin Bieber, and you're like, God Almighty!
No, I love it. I do. In fact, when I get done with this, I'm making an intentions TikTok, and I'm dedicating it to you.
What song all these years is like, God Almighty? There's got to be one.
The one song that bothers me, oh boy, only because I don't like country music, it would be one of those country music songs that kind of cross over to mainstream. It's probably one of those. But listen, Brian, Ed, you know the answer. When I really need to get into a happy place, it's Dave.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you know how excited I was? July 3rd. I already had my tickets. I was ready to go. I was so excited. He skipped Pittsburgh last year because his twins graduated from high school. So he took a month off of the tour. And I was so excited that to have the show back this year. I got tickets right away. So and that's obviously, they haven't canceled it yet, but I'm guessing it's not going to happen. So let me ask you guys a question. If Dave played on July 3rd, would you go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ed?
Well, we have tickets. And I know for me personally, that's the 20th anniversary of the day that I met my wife at the Three Rivers Dave show. It was July 3rd, 2000, and that's where I met my wife. So it was a really big deal for us to go out this July 3rd, man. So I'm bummed, but I think I'd probably
absolutely 100%.
No,
I'm saying for Dave's show, I'm risking it.
You know what? What if you did this? What if you closed the lawn? And if you have seats, you sit 3 seats away and 2 rows away, and there's 300 people at the show. I'd go there on purpose.
To see Dave, I'd sit on your lap.
Well, in all seriousness, if July 3rd is like it is today, then I don't feel confident going. But I'm thinking and hoping and praying by July 3rd, it's going to be a hell of a lot better out there.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not an expert, and I don't want to play one on the radio. I hope you're right.
Well, there is
so, but I don't know.
There's no switch that's going to make this just go away. And I think big, gigantic sporting events and gigantic concerts and just the Bridge Festival, all of these things will not be seen until 2021.
John Bon Jovi said in a recent interview that he may never tour again.
He's on the show tomorrow night. He's going to talk about it.
No, he isn't. Dave DeCello's on the show tomorrow night.
And then music by John Bon Jovi.
And nothing Sunday night because it's Easter. Hey, why don't you ask Giant Brian how he kicked the Easter Bunny in the groin?
I don't remember that.
No, I take that back. Giant Brian, tell the story about how you dressed up as the Easter Bunny and you kicked Hank Hudson in the groin.
Yeah, Ed, you didn't know that I had a. Well, no, Ed does know. He was at a couple of those shows when you were hardcore heavy in wrestling. I had a appearance as a ring announcer, and I had a feud with Hank Hudson. I was an up and coming ring announcer, and then I came up dressed as the Easter Bunny, and I beat him up.
But wait a second, wasn't there a show where Jerry the King Lawler was involved, and some woman hit you in the balls?
No, Jerry the King Lawler was you wrestled somewhere, McKee Sports Civic Center or somewhere, burned out mall somewhere. But I came to it, and Jerry the King was the special guest who was going to wrestle. And at the time, I did an impression of good old JR. And so when I saw Bubba, he said, "Come back and meet Jerry the King." And the whole time walking back there, I go, "Don't mention the JR impression. Don't mention the JR. Don't mention it." And then you said, "Oh, Jerry, this is my friend Brian." I was like, "Hey, great to meet you. Welcome to Pittsburgh." And right in the middle of it, Bubba goes, "He does a great impression of JR. Do it for
I'm such a dick." but wait a second. No.
Lawler went like this.
Well, your JR impression is
but I do have to tell you, I do remember now. I was wrestling in Anything Goes Street Fight with the franchise Shane Douglas, and he was with a female counterpart. You came out with me, and she went down and she kicked you in the balls.
That's right. I forgot about that. I was your manager, and she kicked me in the balls, and I had to leave.
Yes. And then didn't Jerry Lawler punch you in the head that night?
Did I run back out?
I don't remember. I think Jerry Lawler beat you up. I think you got kicked in the balls by a female wrestler, and then Jerry Lawler, good day.
Hey, Bubba, before you go, and I know you have to close your restaurant, and Ed's time going to bed. Do you remember?
Wait a minute, I'm not going to bed.
Do you remember you and I? Our scared moment of all time together was where we really thought that we were in trouble and we were in really bad shape. We were in Cleveland. You remember this?
We were in a really bad part of town, and I walked into a fast food restaurant screaming, "Here we go, Steelers!" And people with guns followed us back to the vehicle. You mean that time?
Yeah, but that was terrifying.
We were guns.
We were in the worst part of town. People were carrying guns out in the open. Like, it was the worst part of
Were you guys out there doing a bit?
And we were in Steelers.
Playoff game, so we did it. But you remember when the radio guy, we tried to call into like a radio station and start taunting this show, and we were friendly. B94, life is good. It's all happy, and we're like, oh, Steelers roll. Somehow this guy got Bubba's number, and I can't even say what he said. But Bubba, do you remember the words that he called you?
Yes, but we can't say that. I turned on like my professional wrestling heel persona, where I started cutting a promo on him, and I made the worst mistake of my life. I told him where we were. Remember that? And then we had to and Brian turns to me, he's like, "Why would you do that?"
Right, because he knew where you guys were
outside the Jake, screaming at this guy, and this guy yelled at us so bad. And then when he said, I'll have to text you what he said. He said something so over the top. I don't think I ever heard it in my whole life. And I remember looking at Bubba, so scared, thinking, and we're in like the old B94 van. There's no heat on. It's 0 degrees. I'm shivering, thinking, oh my God, we are going to die.
We were so panicked. We were so panicked. Brian and I, we've been up and down the roads more times. There's stories that I'll say. Listen, can you have me back? If you have me back as a guest before 31 days is up, Ed, you need to make this happen. I'll tell you the story about Brian spitting in someone's face, possessed by the devil.
What a team!
Oh wow, those are all the classics. All right, let's do it, man. We'll definitely have you back.
When do you want to come back on, Bubba?
Hey, who ready? Who's on next week?
Well, we got a big lineup. Monday, Sonny Abada, who used to be on KDKA.
I love Sonny.
Your radio counterpart, Jim Kren, is going to be on Tuesday.
Love Jimmy Kren.
Paul Alexander on Wednesday.
Paul Alexander and when's the lovely and talented Shelley Duffy joining?
We haven't. She's got her own thing going on there, so she, I guess, has said that she's not interested.
She's contractually obligated to something else.
Yeah,
we can. How about we get Melanie on?
I would get Melanie. Why don't you get Melanie on?
Can you make that happen? We can talk about our old WESA shawl race days.
I have her number in my phone.
What?
I have her number in my phone. Let's get her and Shelley, the women of radio, on.
Text her.
Yes.
Text her.
Yes.
See, Bubba, that's why we have you on.
Well, I'd like to say that I would like to congratulate you for the fact that you've allowed me to ruin the show. We peaked at 31, and now we're at 11.
Yeah, this is normally when the show starts to go downhill.
Yeah, it's the guest.
It went quick. You got close to Sally Wiggins. You're 31. You were closing in.
What's up, Eli?
What's up?
What's up, Eli?
Good man.
Good luck at Seton Hill, my man.
Good luck at Seton Hill. It's hard to hear. How can you hear?
Get a little closer.
Knock it out, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Eli, here's the problem with your baseball career. You're too small.
Let me tell you, I've heard many things about things being wrong with my baseball career. I've never heard too small.
All right, well, I got to go. I hate to cut this short, but let me end it. Let me end it like this. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Brian. Good day.
There it is. There he goes.
Wow, there he goes. Mark Bubba Snyder.
I'm exhausted, man. He is exhausting. I love him. I love Bubba. But anytime, whether we're on camera, off camera, on air, off, we're in his restaurant.
He's got it. He's the man.
Man. I love him, but exhausting.
Well, everybody, quick note. Wow, as we wind down from time with Bubba, tomorrow night, find it on Facebook. It's the Pittsburgh Service Staff Aid. 12 hours on Facebook Live of local Pittsburgh artists benefiting all service staff that have been affected by the coronavirus and the pandemic. And at 10 o'clock to 11 p.m. tomorrow night, Ed and I will be your hosts, where we will be introducing the legendary Joe Grishecki. That's going to be exciting.
That'll be very exciting. I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, so that's like the perfect artist to have on during that hour.
I'm going to find out. Well, there's a couple. Do you want me to give you here's who we have on at 11 o'clock tomorrow, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Katie Simone, she's a blues and rock singer. Royal Honey, which is a Pittsburgh rock band. As we said, Joe Grishecki. Cheryl Ann Hawk is an acoustic singer. And then Joe Vento and David Granati. And then Melina Colazzi. And then the rapper Freezy, who I really like.
So that's a full hour. I'm guessing each one of them only get like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they say so. Here's the notes. You can chat a bit with them, but due to time, we'll have to keep it tight. So let's not get too complicated with Grishecki. I know you want to bring up Bruce, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe this would be like you going out, and the first question that you get, someone goes, "So what's Brian like?"
Right, exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah, keep it on. Let's focus.
I'm like, I don't want to talk about Brian. I want to talk about Ed.
Right.
Like
our buddy Vince says, why are we talking about Brian?
That makes sense. I got it now. Absolutely. All right, man. Let's do it tomorrow night. That'll be fun.
Looking forward to that. Well, Ed, I hope you have a great night. This was a wild show. Great to see Bubba. Thanks him. I'd like to thank him for his time. And is there anything else you'd like to say, Ed?
That's it, man. I'm exhausted. Bubba's exhausting. I love him, but now I need to take a nap. But I'm not going to bed yet. I said if I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning for a morning show every day, yeah, I'd probably be in bed 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, me too. I know.
But I don't do a morning show at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning.
When I did morning shows, I never got up that early. I think I got up at like 4:30. It just went like a zombie to the station, and I never tried to get up that early. But I was fired fast. That's why Bubba has lasting power. He gets up a half hour earlier than me.
That's it.
All right, Ed. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow for Pittsburgh Service Staff Aid.
All right. Stay healthy, everyone.
There goes Ed Troop. I'm Brian Carruthers. Thanks for watching, everybody, and a very pleasant good night from Pittsburgh.